It's another Skills Friday where we learn how to get our skill ready for the game so we ain't out there looking lame. Go gang. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and comment to our content. We are here to help you turn from cheese to the macaroni and cheese, man. Yeah, it's another Skills Friday. And today we're going to talk about people that want to switch their positions in football. I recently ran a poll and a couple weeks back, and a lot of people were saying that they're not going to switch their positions, but I've also seen some people that said they're going to switch their positions. So we need to understand if this is a great idea or not. So first and foremost, understand why you want to switch your position. I understand sometimes when you're playing in the game, a coach may just pick your position. A coach, especially when you're a first year player, a coach may just be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, why don't you just come down with the lineman? Meanwhile, all in facts, you're a great wide receiver. The reason he had you down there with the lineman was because he needs a lineman. So you need to understand why you want to change your position in the first place. A lot of times people just want to get the ball, but they're not necessarily, that's not their strength. So we need to work on understanding why we would want to switch our position in the first place. Second, we need to understand, can you affect the game at this position? So the questions you really need to ask is, do you have the right skill set? Like, if you want to switch the quarterback, are you a great leader? Do people follow you? Are you able to throw the ball? Are you able to throw your wide receivers open? Are you able to function under pressure? These are questions you got to ask yourself and be truthful with yourself. Have the self-awareness to answer these questions as well. And also, just like I said, if you want to switch your position to wide receiver, even as a wide receiver, you need to understand, can you catch? If you can't catch and you want to be wide receiver, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough transition. So you need to make sure you understand, do you have the right skill set? And also, can you realistically compete to get on the field? It's kind of useless to switch your position if you're not going to get on the field. So if you're a quarterback, let's say you're a quarterback and you're like, I want to switch to wide receiver, because you're a backup quarterback and the wide receivers, they may have an opening starting position. Now, while switching to wide receiver, you need to understand that you have the skills for it. Now, it's possible for you to be able to compete to get on the field because there's an opening. But at the same time, if you can't catch or you can't run routes, can't get open, you shouldn't switch to wide receiver anyways. So, last but not least, we got to understand this is a process. This will be a process. You're not just going to switch positions and like just be the greatest person that played that position ever. Now, you can switch positions and be really good, but it's going to be hard. Don't expect to switch your positions and turn into Tom Brady. Like, it's not going to work. So, y'all understand it's a transition. Now, I have a personal story for me. When I was in high school, I had went to two high schools, but the first high school I was at, I had played safety, and I was a really good safety. They had me next up, and I was like going to play great. And the problem became, the coach just came up to me one day and it was like, you're a great safety, but we want to see what you have at linebacker. Now, my dad was like, oh, well, you need to switch to linebacker. That's great if they want to switch you there, because that means they want you to play. But I knew in the back of my head, I'm like, I've never played linebacker in high school, so like I don't know, like I can do it, but this is going to be a transition. And it definitely was a transition, because one of the things I didn't understand was my responsibility in terms of keeping outside contained. And that's one of the things you got to understand when switching your position. You got to understand the responsibilities. You got to understand this is a process. It's going to be tough. Like, I wasn't used to making tackles in that area of the field in a while, because I hadn't played linebacker in a while. So it was a little strange for me. And that's just one thing I wanted to share with y'all, because it's the same thing. You need to understand, like, it's going to be different, and it's not going to be instantaneous. You got to put in the work. If you're trying to switch to quarterback, you got to understand how to hand the ball off. You got to understand how to be a leader. You got to understand the other things. It's easy to see, oh, Tom Brady throws for 700 touchdowns. Yeah, everybody's seen that part, but Tom Brady put in hours of work. Millions of hours in work. Days. I'm pretty sure if we calculated how much time and work he probably put in days of work. So So you need to make sure that you're understanding that and you're putting the work in. Peace.
Check this video out on the screen if you want to be mean on that green, or real on that field, or extort on that court. The No Baller Left Behind Act supports this video. You feel me?